Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now into the latest news, a warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail! In what can only be described as one of the most unexpected twists in recent football memory, the legendary Brazilian midfielder CASEMIRO has reportedly confirmed his move to Celtic FC, leaving fans across Scotland and Europe in sheer disbelief. It's the kind of news that spreads like wildfire, whispered in pubs, echoed in online forums, and dissected by pundits across every sports channel imaginable. Just a few months ago, the thought of CASEMIRO gracing the Scottish Premiership seemed utterly fanciful, but now the rumor has taken flight and appears to be spiraling toward reality after seasons of dominance at Real Madrid, followed by a high-profile stint at Manchester United. The Brazilian's decision to join the boys has sent shockwaves through the footballing world. There's a mixture of euphoria and astonishment among the Celtic faithful who've long dreamed of a marquee signing that would not only elevate their midfield, but also bolster their European ambitions. No one saw it coming. Not even the most optimistic Celtic supporter could have imagined that a five-time Champions League winner would one day don the green and white hoops of paradise. And yet here we are. The rumour mill is ablaze and Scotland is buzzing. There are whispers coming out of Lennoxtown that this move has been in the works for several weeks, tightly under wraps, and orchestrated with the kind of discretion usually reserved for blockbuster Hollywood scripts. CASEMIRO, who has always been known for his professionalism and focus, reportedly flew into Glasgow on a private jet late last night, avoiding the prying eyes of the press and supporters alike. Eyewitnesses claim he was spotted entering a luxury hotel in the city's West End, accompanied by Celtic staff and what appeared to be his representatives. The timing of this alleged arrival has sparked a frenzy, especially with pre-season preparations underway, and Celtic aiming to make a serious statement in both domestic and European competitions. The idea of CASEMIRO anchoring Celtic's midfield, bringing his elite-level experience and tactical discipline to the Scottish game, has supporters dreaming bigger than ever. Could this be a masterstroke by the Celtic board? A strategic coup to not only boost the team's quality on the pitch, but also raise the club's global profile? There's no official unveiling yet, but the rumblings suggest it's only a matter of time. The city of Glasgow is holding its breath. From the Brazilian national team to the Santiago Bernabeu, CASEMIRO's journey has been nothing short of illustrious. But what would compel a player of his stature to trade Old Trafford and Champions League glamour for the sometimes gritty reality of Scottish football? That's the question everyone is asking. Some insiders point to a personal relationship with Celtic's new sporting director, whose South American connections are said to be strong. Others speculate that CASEMIRO, having achieved virtually everything at the top level, is seeking a fresh challenge, a new environment where he can lead, inspire, and mentor. At 33, the midfielder may be past his physical peak, but his game has never relied purely on pace. It's about intelligence, positioning, and sheer will. Attributes that will age gracefully, especially in a league where experience can trump youth on many occasions. There's also talk of a coaching future in the works, with Celtic possibly offering a pathway beyond his playing days. Whatever the true reason, this potential move redefines ambition in Scottish football. It says something bold. It says Celtic aren't just participating, they're aiming to dominate, to reinvent what's possible north of the border. In football, timing is everything, and this rumor couldn't come at a more pivotal moment for Celtic. With Rangers growing in confidence and the gap between Scottish clubs and Europe's elite feeling wider than ever, the Parkhead side needed a symbol, a totem of serious intent. CASEMIRO could be just that, more than a midfield anchor he brings. A winning mentality that could shift the entire culture of the squad. Imagine the impact his presence would have on Celtic's promising young talents. Players like Matt O'Reilly and Paulo Bernardo, who could learn volumes under his tutelage. His arrival might even persuade other top-level talents to consider Glasgow as a legitimate destination. One player's decision can change everything. The noise around Lennoxtown suggests that training sessions have already taken on a different, Energy even without an official confirmation. Players are buzzing. Coaches are adjusting their plans. There's a quiet excitement building, the kind that only comes when you know something special is about to unfold. And if the rumors hold true, Casemiro's signature could mark the beginning of a new era for Celtic. One where expectation meets reality in the most exhilarating way. Fans are already imagining the scenes at Celtic Park. Casemiro walking out onto the pitch, arms raised, greeted by a wall of green and white. The jungle drums have been beaten louder by the hour, and the atmosphere on social media has reached fever pitch. Some supporters are even camping outside the stadium, hoping for a glimpse of the man himself. It's the stuff of dreams reminiscent of when Henrik Larsson arrived, or when the club unveiled Chris Sutton. But on a whole different level, Casemiro is not just a signing, he's a symbol of ambition. His name alone brings gravitas, and the idea of him marshalling the midfield against domestic rivals or in a Champions League group stage sends shivers down the spine. The marketing value alone is immeasurable. Shirts are being printed. Kids are already wearing Casemiro 14 on their backs. It's as if Celtic have pulled off the impossible, snatching a world-class talent from under the noses of Europe's elite. Whether driven by a love for the game, a hunger for a new challenge, or a deeper connection with the club's ethos, Casemiro's potential arrival feels like a seismic shift in Scottish football. But there's more beneath the surface. Sources close to the club suggest this deal was facilitated by a series of fortunate coincidences, a perfect storm of opportunity timing and ambition. Manchester United reportedly willing to offload. High earners saw Casemiro as a player who deserved a dignified exit. Celtic, flush with recent Champions League revenue and eager to make a splash, saw the window open and acted swiftly. Add to that the influence of a key agent with ties in both clubs, and you have the makings of a football fairy tale. Yet some remain skeptical. There are those who question whether the Scottish Premiership will suit Casemiro's style, the pace, the physicality, the cold. But others argue that if anyone can adapt, it's him. His career has been defined by overcoming adversity, proving doubters wrong, and setting the tone in the biggest games. The boys might just be offering him something money can't buy. Legacy, respect, a place in football folklore. And so the speculation intensifies. Each new development adds fuel to the fire. Scotland, long regarded as a stepping stone league, could suddenly become the center of attention, thanks to one man, and that man Casemiro remains silent. Not a tweet, not a comment, nothing from his camp. It's the silence that speaks volumes, the kind of calculated quiet that often precedes a major announcement. Celtic have remained equally tight-lipped, only fueling the sense that something monumental is brewing behind closed doors. Journalists are scrambling. Cameras are staking out Celtic Park. Even rival fans are keeping a wary eye aware that this potential signing could shift the entire balance of Scottish football. If confirmed, Casemiro's move would be among the most significant in the league's modern history. Not just for Celtic, but for the game in Scotland as a whole. This isn't just about signing a player, it's about changing perception, about telling the world that the Scottish Premiership is not merely a retirement home or development league. It can be a destination. It can attract legends. And with Casemiro at the heart of the midfield dictating play with his usual authority, the league's intensity and visibility could skyrocket. The question is no longer, is it possible? It's, when will it be official? The calm before the storm feels eerily profound. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. In Brazilian media, murmurs have started to emerge. A few outlets have hinted at a surprising European destination for Casemiro, while insiders close to his former clubs have confirmed that he's been in talks with teams outside the traditional top 5 leagues. The plot thickens. South American pundits who followed his career since Sao Paulo are now speculating that Casemiro sees Celtic as a final project, a place where he can not only play but also leave a legacy. And legacy is important, especially for players of his caliber who've lifted the game's most coveted trophies. They don't chase money at this stage, they chase meaning. Purpose. If Celtic have managed to tap into that, to offer him more than just minutes on the pitch, perhaps a future behind the scenes, mentoring, coaching, inspiring, then the move makes perfect sense. It's not just romanticism, it's strategy, a well-calculated step that benefits everyone involved. And if there's one thing we've learned about Casemiro over the years, it's that he doesn't take decisions lightly. If he's coming to Glasgow, he's coming with intent. That alone should have Celtic fans brimming with excitement. Meanwhile, rival clubs are scrambling to understand what this means for their own plans. Rangers in particular are watching the developments closely. For years, the old firm rivalry has hinged on inches, a signing here, a mistake there, a single moment of brilliance. If Casemiro arrives, the balance could tip dramatically, not just in talent, but in psychological edge. He brings with him an aura, a confidence forged in Champions League finals and World Cup battles. It's the kind of presence that lifts a dressing room and strikes fear in opponents. Other Premiership sides too are beginning to rethink their summer strategies. How do you counter a Casemiro? Can you even prepare for that? The ripple effects of this rumor are already being felt. It's a signal that Celtic are not standing still, that they're looking beyond domestic dominance towards something greater. European relevance, global branding, and above all, a squad that's not only competitive but commanding. As fans wait for the official word, the rest of the league is bracing. Because if this move happens, it changes everything. The stage is set. All that's left is the final act. Inside the club, the mood is reportedly electric. Staff who've seen legends come and go are treating this one differently. There's a reverence in the air. A buzz that hasn't been felt since the days of Martin O'Neill or the European Nights of the early 2000s. The idea of a world-class anchor in the heart of midfield, someone who has stared down Messi, Ronaldo, De Bruyne, now walking the halls of Lennoxtown, is surreal. Younger players are said to be in awe. Coaches are whispering about system adjustments. Fans are already calling for a parade. And yet, despite the frenzy, the club has kept things remarkably composed, quiet, strategic. Perhaps that's the most telling sign of all, that this isn't just a stunt or a moment of madness, but a calculated, well-planned play to elevate the club's standing. If Casemiro puts pen to paper, it will mark a definitive statement. Celtic are no longer content with past glories. They're building something new, something bold. And if the Brazilian general is to be the face of that project, then the rest of Scottish football had best take notice. The boys are serious, deadly serious, and so we wait. We refresh our feeds. We stalk the airport arrivals. We scour photos for clues. The rumor has become a phenomenon, the kind that unites fans, pundits, and dreamers alike. Even those who don't support Celtic are intrigued. Because this isn't just about a transfer. It's about belief. About a magical football where anything can happen and where legends can rise in the unlikeliest of places. Casemiro to Celtic might still feel surreal, but if it comes true, it will be remembered as one of the boldest moves in Scottish football history. A moment when ambition triumphed over doubt. A moment when Glasgow became the center of the football universe. And whether you believe it fully or not, one thing's certain: the fire has been lit. And it's burning brighter than ever. Hello! Fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.